Chapter 29. Trend forecasting for you: how to evaluate what's next without overbuying. Trend forecasting sounds like something reserved for editors, buyers, and people with front row seats. But in real life, you already forecast trends every day, every time you decide whether a new look is worth your money, closet space, and mental bandwidth. In 2026, the problem is not lack of information. It is surplus. Your feed will sell you urgency. This is the moment. Everyone's wearing it. It's about to be over. Personal trend forecasting is the opposite of urgency. It is the calm skill of separating signals from noise, then choosing what deserves space in your actual life. The goal is not to predict fashion perfectly. The goal is to. Trends move fast, but adoption moves in waves. A microtrend can spike in a weekend. That does not mean it will last, or that it belongs in your wardrobe. Most trends move through 5 adoption waves: Wave 1, origin, runway, niche stylists, subcultures, creative cities. Wave 2, translation, brands simplify the idea into wearable pieces. Wave 3, distribution, it hits mainstream retail, resale, and everyday outfits. Wave 4, saturation, everyone owns it, and it starts to feel less special. Wave 5, afterlife, it becomes a modern classic, or disappears for most women. The sweet spot is Wave 2 or Wave 3. That is when the trend has been translated enough to fit real life, but still feels fresh. Wave 1 can be inspiring, but it is often expensive, extreme, and hard to repeat. Wave 4 is where panic shopping happens. You buy because you feel late, not because the piece works. Takeaway: you do not need to enter every trend early. You need to enter at the right point for your lifestyle. Forward transition: the next step is learning how to tell a real signal from temporary hype. Signals versus noise, the fast filter. Not every viral outfit is a fashion direction. Some trends are signals. Others are noise. Signals worth tracking. A signal shows up repeatedly, in different places, and has real styling potential. Look for repeat sightings across different creators, brands, and price points. Multiple interpretations, not just one exact item. Styling range, meaning it works with basics you already own. Functional logic, such as comfort, layering, movement, weather, or versatility. Compatibility with your life, not just your saved folder. Example: if relaxed tailoring appears on runways, in retail, in office outfits, and in casual weekend styling, that is likely a signal. Noise to enjoy but not buy quickly. Noise is built for speed. It looks exciting in a post but becomes difficult in a closet. Red flags: it is described more as a core, era, or aesthetic than a useful garment. It only works as a full head-to-toe look. It requires 3 other purchases to make sense. It depends on extreme proportions, impractical styling, or one very specific context. You like the photo more than you like the item. A helpful mantra: if it needs a costume supporting cast, it is probably noise. Takeaway: signals repeat, translate, and integrate. Noise spikes, demands attention, and fades fast. Forward transition: once you can tell signal from noise, use the 3 major trend channels without letting any one of them control you. How to read runway, retail, and social. Runway, retail, and social media all tell you something different. Treat them as inputs, not instructions. Runway, read for direction. Runway is exaggeration on purpose. Do not copy it literally. Extract the message. Look for silhouette shifts, such as volume, waist placement, length, and proportion. Texture stories, such as sheer, shine, denim, suede, or soft knits. Styling behavior, such as belts, layering, socks, jewelry. Scale, and shoe shapes. Ignore theatrical pieces you would never wear. Runway is a weather report, not a shopping list. Retail, read for translation. Retail shows which ideas are becoming wearable and buyable. Look for the same detail appearing across several brands. Updated basics rather than novelty-only pieces. Restocks, reorders, and multiple price points. Be cautious with limited drops that create artificial urgency. Also be careful with cheap versions of complicated pieces. They often age badly because construction matters. Retail tells you what is becoming normal. Social, red for styling behavior. Social media is useful for seeing trends in motion when you approach it with boundaries. Use it for outfit formulas you can recreate with your own closet proportion ideas, like what shoe works with what pant. Real-life styling across different bodies, climates, and lifestyles. Protect yourself from haul culture, WhatsApp content designed to make you insecure, assuming everyone owns everything just because you see it repeatedly. Social is a styling lab, not a purchase order. Takeaway: runway gives direction, retail gives translation, and social gives styling behavior. Forward transition: now turn those observations into a clear buy, test, or skip decision. The trend scorecard. When something catches your eye, score it before you shop. Use a 0 to 3 scale for each category. Wearability: can you wear it in your real life at least twice a month? Alignment: does it fit your colors, silhouettes, lifestyle, and core vibe? Gap fill: does it solve a real wardrobe problem? Longevity: will it still look good after the hype cools? Add your total out of 12. 10 to 12 equals buy, with boundaries. Choose a quality level that matches how often you will wear it. 7 to 9 equals test first. Try resale, rental, borrowing, a return-friendly option, or styling the concept from your closet. 0 to 6 equals skip. Appreciate it as fashion content, not a closet assignment. Bonus checks when you are tempted. Use these when your score is decent but your impulse is loud. Cost per wear check: if you will not wear it at least 15 to 20 times, do not pay forever piece money. 3 outfit rule: if you cannot name 3 outfits using pieces you already own, it is not ready. Comfort check: if you cannot sit, walk, commute, dance, or move normally, it is a photo prop. Takeaway: a scorecard turns vague desire into a decision you can trust later. Forward transition: even a good score needs one more thing: time. The 30-day wait strategy. The 30-day wait is for trend purchases, not true replacement needs. If your black boots are destroyed and you wear them weekly, replace them. But if the item is new, exciting, and trend-driven, give it 30 days. Week 1, save, do not shop. Screenshot the item and save it to one album. Write one sentence: where would I actually wear this? Be specific. Out is not enough. Try Friday dinner with jeans and a leather jacket or hybrid workday with trousers and loafers. Week 2, style the vibe from your closet. Create an outfit that captures the same idea through color, silhouette, or texture. Wear it once. Notice whether you like the feeling, or just the image. Week 3, compare versions. Look at 3 options: resale or thrift, mid-tier, higher quality. Decide what level makes sense based on expected wear. Not every trend deserves your best money. Week 4, decide. Rescore the trend. Then choose. Buy if it still scores high and fits your budget. Test if you are still curious but not committed. Release if the excitement faded. Deleting the screenshot counts as closure. You are not missing out. You are making room. Takeaway: waiting is not denial, it is data collection. Forward transition: once you know what survives the wait, protect your budget with a seasonal cap. The seasonal trend budget cap. A trend budget keeps experimentation fun instead of financially chaotic. Pick a season, roughly 3 months, and set 2 limits. Money cap. Choose a number that is responsible for your real life. Then divide it: 70% for upgrades you will wear weekly, like shoes, outerwear, pants, denim, or a workhorse bag. 30% for trend play, including accessories, colors, novelty shapes, or statement pieces. This structure keeps your wardrobe improving while still leaving room for fun. Volume cap. Closet space is a budget, too. For most women, 3 to 5 trend items per season is plenty, including shoes and accessories. If you hit your cap and still want something, use a trade: 1 in, 1 out, 1 trend in, 1 trend sold or donated, 1 trend skipped, so a better basic can be upgraded later. Trend slots. Reserve 1 or 2 categories where trends are allowed to rotate. Good trend slots include bags, jewelry, shoes, tops, belts or scarves. A light third piece, like a vest or jacket when trends live in a slot, they refresh your look without taking over your whole closet. Takeaway: a budget cap protects your money, a volume cap protects your closet. Forward transition: now choose the smartest version of the trend, not the loudest one. Buy the concept, not the hype. When a trend passes your filters, buy the most wearable version. If the trend is about shape, try the silhouette in a color you already wear. If the trend is about color, choose it in a cut you already trust. If the trend is about texture, start with a smaller dose, like a top, bag, shoe, or layer. If the trend is about styling, see whether you can recreate it before buying anything. The strongest trend pieces connect to what you already own. A clean rule: a good trend purchase should work with at least 3 existing pieces. Avoid purchases that require special undergarments, a specific shoe, a new bag, and a completely new attitude. That is not one purchase. That is a budget trap. Takeaway: the best trend piece is not the most dramatic, it is the one you will repeat. Forward transition: to keep your focus sharp, end with a simple personal watch list. Your personal trend watch list. Instead of tracking everything, track 3 things per season: 1 silhouette you are open to trying, 1 color, print, or texture that feels fresh but wearable, 1 accessory or shoe direction that could update your basics. You are not committing. You are observing. If the same idea appears across runway, retail, and social, and still feels aligned after 30 days, it earns consideration. If it only feels exciting at midnight while scrolling, it stays in the watch list. This is personal forecasting: aware, selective, and calm. Takeaway: a watch list replaces FOMO with focus. Forward transition: with signals, a scorecard, a 30-day wait, and a seasonal budget cap, you can meet every next big thing with confidence, and keep your wardrobe modern without overbuying.